Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day to you. And with the coming of spring means projects here on the Rancho. Hooray! Well, one of the most important things that I have to do in the next week or two is to prepare for Nephew Narsa coming to visit. That's going to be really cool. You know, having known Narsa for many years, all the way back to Florida days and Arkansas days, I'm very excited that he's going to come out and spend some time with Jen and I. But to be able to do so, being as he's a big guy trucker, over the road, a real man, we have to prep for having a truck semi here on the Rancho. It's doable. You may not be able to park it in your yard, but we can sure put it in here. Let's see the prep work that I have to do though. Of course, the biggest issue is the amount of rain that we have had, and the semi is very, very heavy. I'm hoping maybe the worst of the rainy season is over. I'm not sure. But certainly the fruit trees in the orchard are hearkening to spring time. They're looking good, but they have really been beaten by this weather. It's a very good thing that I sprayed. You can see, well, we have our very first blossoms of spring here. How cool is that, huh? How cool is that? Quiet, Millie. Millie Vanilli over there. Starting to get the bud break on the plum trees, and then it won't be long until the peach trees. I have had to spray this 2 times to prevent the peach leaf curl. Oh boy, work, work, work. And when you have a Rancho, I don't care what size it is, there's always something to do. And we have this bottle brush over here, and this has to do with Narsa is coming to visit. The rain on the back, I'm hoping this will dry out enough. There's plenty of room to roll a semi through here, and you have plenty of turning radius here too, so I'm not worried about that. I might cut those pipes. They're all disconnected, those irrigation pipes out here. Work, work, work. Look at all that wood from the persimmon tree and the fig tree. Whew, gonna have to make sure to deal with that. I do not want that to become a nest for western diamondback rattlesnakes, which it will be if we don't tend to it. This is some of our excess fruit here. We just toss it over to fertilize, but I think this ground will be dry enough. But here's the pipes I'd like to get rid of. They don't really serve any purpose. I would rather run out irrigation lines. I may be able to get big Stilson wrench around that, and with a long a very long pipe, be able to remove that. I don't know, I doubt it. I'll probably end up digging down, taking the sawzall and just cutting that off. It's not connected to anything. You can see the high fence. We have no more jump overs from Domino. Where the fig tree was removed, this apple tree should do a lot better. This Fuji apple tree, actually that's a Gravenstein back there. Our non-fruiting mulberry tree. But up here we've got to be able to have clearance to get the semi through, and we can. When I originally spec'd this out, I gave extra wide double doors here, but I need to have them be able to open. I've also needed to cut back some of this bottle brush. I mean, it's been excellent for privacy, as you can see. This is astounding. When I first moved here, I always joked years ago, if you look at the videos, that this was like being by the guard tower here, and people would get a beat on you from you felt like you were in a Dealey Plaza in Dallas and coming through in the presidential motorcade, right? There's like people were always looking out. This got damaged because they cut some of this tree back, you can see here, and some big wailing branches fell here. This will recover quickly though here, but what I'm doing this morning's project is I'm clearing all this back. This is a big job. This is a lot of stuff. If my other mower was working, I would mulch all this crap up, but cutting all this back so we're able to get that semi into here. Of course, I'll move Little Rascal out of the way, and we'll be using our own transportation, but this has all had to be cut back here, and this is not the first time. There's the garbage guy. It's not the first time, but now you can see it's a wider looking path going through here. It's got plenty of clearance when the gate's fully open, and be able to veer to the left a little bit and avoid, I'm trimming back some of the top too. But this stuff, it's a great privacy fence, but it gets bigger and bigger and taller here. So, got to be careful the power line. And I'm trimming this, been trimming this back too. This real thorny bush. But I think that should be plenty wide to get through. Here, there's the Missy. What do you think, Jen? She's mucking around with Penny and Domino and Millie Vanilli. She was worried about whether we could get, how was your hangout?
Good.
Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Well, you see, I've got that wide open again, that down there, so I'm thinking that there'll be plenty of opening there to get that semi through there. I'm opening up that whole side down there, so I think that's okay, huh? Because I want them to be off street. I don't want them to be on street. And I think this weekend I'll try to remove those two pipes over there, so we just have a clear turnaround area. So I was telling people, when you have a rancho, it's always work, right? There's always something to be done.
You will always have something to do if you have this.
This fence in the back needs to be stabilized on the right side. I did that before with the left side. There's Missy Jen can't feeding.
You Penny.
On that. So okay, we'll see you guys in a little bit when I'm finished the job. I think we got that pretty well. That is just wide open now. I think he definitely, height wise, will be able to get a rig through here with no problem. The heights will be good. We have to be careful the drop wire, but I think that'll be okay. The power drop, that's high enough and far enough over there. I think this will be fine. We'll be checking very carefully. Worst case scenario, Narsa can just park his rig out here on the drive, just push it over to the side here, and it'll be just fine. We still have room to have Jen get her car. Plenty of room here to put it on, to work it on. See back here, and I think the height will be fine if Narsa chooses to make a run for the back here. That'll give, I think there's enough height here to clear. So let's go ahead, let's wrap up, and let's get the view from the road coming in. Big issue out here, of course, is this being able to turn in here, because sometimes we have cars that are parked on the side over here, and there sometimes they really impinge us. So what I'll do is probably park a Little Rascal too over here, so I can move it out so he'll have a decent turning radius. If he approaches from the south there, of course it'll be easier to turn in. It's a view, you can see how deep the property is back there. So let's roll through and see what it looks like. Alright, here we go. This will be the road view coming through. There's plenty of room here. I don't think we'll have any obstructions. Then the choice will be to go to the back here, pop it and keep it on the back. Do a nice wide looping circle here. And just get it repositioned right here, or just move it to the first part. Whatever it is, it'll be safe and it'll be secure, and you don't have to worry about having it bopped on the streets. Pardon my seatbelt thing. Doesn't have to worry about having it smacked on the street. Okay, there she is. Want to thank you for being along, for getting ready for King Trucker. Nephew Narsa coming to the Rancho to visit. Woo! Should be a good time. Epic visit. Looking forward to it. Safety first. Thanks everybody for being along.